Hi, everybody. Yep, me. Okay, I confess. I did it at the same time. Same shirt, same day. But that's okay. We all do it. Okay, this is where we've been so far. Joseph is given a coat of many colors by his father, Jacob. Joseph is the favorite because he's the firstborn from Jacob's favorite wife. Jacob had intended to marry his mother, Joseph's mother. But her father tricked him into marrying her older sister. So then he had to work even harder in order to get to marry Joseph's mother. So anyway, that is the thing. And now he went out to see his brothers in the field, and he was wearing his coat of many colors. And that's Joseph right here, the little halo. They got so angry and jealous, they took his coat, put blood on it, took it to his father. They sold Joseph. They sold Joseph to be a slave. And they put animal blood on his coat and told his father he'd been killed. Nasty brothers. Then, later, he was brought up to the Pharaoh to interpret his dreams because he had the gift of interpreting dreams because God revealed them to him. And the Pharaoh recognized God communicating with Joseph. Okay, I'm going to call tonight's a portrait of Joseph. This is all about him tonight. And of course, I don't know what he really liked, and I always do cartoony figures, or I have been. So, first thing I want to do is make a background. Are you ready? Okay. Yeah, I'll turn it around after a bit, but right now, okay. I'm going to do, kind of like I've done on some others, I want to kind of do a kind of a mottled look. I want more white in there. I like the way those colors are. I didn't put down my turned out more green than I expected. This is the brown and the white. I'll leave kind of a diagonal light area here. Okay. Got kind of this light area here. I want that to be kind of like a beam. So anyway, I got a mess already. Not unusual. BRB. Okay. Done a little bit of scratching with my pencil. Trying to draw. Alright. This is about Joseph. The king, well, he is a king, Pharaoh. After he interpreted the Pharaoh's dreams, Pharaoh even used the term that Joseph had been told by the Spirit of God. It said the Spirit of God was within Joseph. That is, to me, a major point, since they generally didn't recognize God, the one true God in Egypt at that time. But every so often, when it comes up to a Pharaoh being challenged, or in this sense not challenged but helped, they do end up recognizing God. Unfortunately, it doesn't keep them from going back to their idols. Not back then. Okay. When Joseph, now Joseph is, I have to correct myself from last time. Joseph is now 30, because it says it's he's 30 years now. So, and the king has told his, and even his priests and servants were all very impressed with what Joseph was able to do with, and because for one thing, it gave him fair warning about this coming famine. My paint's going where I don't want it to. So I'm trying to get his robes now. I'm putting him now in kind of a royal blue robe because the king, the Pharaoh told them to dress him in fine linens. Now, linen was, probably still is, a very big commodity over there. I mean, it's the linen grown from the flax in Egypt is pretty well, or in that region, is pretty well thought of to be some of the best. They were one of the richest countries. They had learned irrigation. Farming was, I mean, they were big time with successful farming and agriculture and building. Egypt was on the upswing. So I'm putting him in some kind of royal blue here. That he, as I said last time, he's been pronounced by the Pharaoh as being second in command only to the Pharaoh, which means that he's ruler. Joseph is ruler over Egypt right now. I mean, just imagine going from slave to ruler in the course of a day. So he told his people, the Pharaoh told his men, or his people, to put him in fine raiment, which is clothing. Yeah, this will be his chin right about here, and this will be his chest. But he was given a ring by the Pharaoh. the Pharaoh took the ring off of his own finger and put it onto Joseph's. That is a high symbol of authority right there. And he told him to give him a gold chain, or gold necklace they called it. He's doing pretty good now. But he has given him, I'm just putting things that have symbolically to do with Egypt. There's a pyramid. And he wanted Joseph in, whenever the Pharaoh went out, he wanted Joseph in the second chariot. This is all it's all pronounced by the Pharaoh that very day. And to me, it's just phenomenal to think of what this poor young man went through from the time he was 17, and now he's 30 years old, and he's ruling a nation. Okay, I had to take some stuff out for time's sake, but you'll notice there is that white figure behind his shoulder there. That is his wife. The Pharaoh ordered one of his priests to give his daughter to Joseph as a wife. So during this first 7 years before the famine hits, he's married and has 2 sons. And I'm sure Joseph was very aware that even though he had such a high office, that if he did something that made the Pharaoh mad, the Pharaoh could take all that away. But he had to have been fairly confident when he took on ruling a whole nation like Egypt over all their farming, their cattle. There's a little cow there that I haven't colored in yet. They're growing their wheat, their corn. Corn was mentioned, I know. Overseeing the sheep, the cattle. All of these things, and making sure that a certain portion of it every year or every season was put into storage for the 7 years of famine. But the birthright that Jacob got was to become the nation of Israel. That's where this story's going. I love you. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow.